You need to be aware that Swami is with you all the time. You need to be aware that Swami is actually watching you, thinking of you as much as you are thinking of him. During holiday times, holidays, especially during summer vacations and winter vacations, many boys would stay back because you would get that opportunity of staying with Swami, and then that's when you are a little more relaxed. You are not going through your academics and there's no that pressure. So you are more relaxed and you can have 2 darshans, and there are very, very, very good opportunities of Swami actually talking to you during those times. So many would stay back, and I would also stay back. I used to stay back. But one particular summer session, I believe my mother prayed to Swami that, hey, here is my son who's always staying with you, Swami, I want to see my son. So Swami called me one fine day, he said to me, Amma edustondra, go for a few days and come back. Your mother is crying, crying for you, so you go and stay with your parents for a few days and come back. So I went, it's his command obviously. Very reluctantly I left this place and I went to Hyderabad. Hyderabad is my hometown. That's where my parents used to stay. And so I went and I stayed, and again, one of those evenings I was actually missing Swami. So what I did is, instead of interacting with people, I normally try and avoid people and go away into a corner or sit in front of his photograph or go to terrace. So that evening I actually went off to the terrace, and there's an old cot that was there. So I was sitting on that cot and I was thinking of Swami. It was an evening around 7ish or so. So I was thinking of Swami, and then I was praying and fell asleep actually on the cot itself. So I had this very sweet, wonderful dream, very, very clear dream, vivid actually. Swami came out from the interview room in this dream. Swami came out. He said, come, and then I went up to him, I took Pad Namaskar, and then I went back and I sat down. It was very clear. In fact, I can recollect the whole dream even now. It was as if it was happening in reality. So I had this very, very nice dream, and then suddenly I heard my mother yelling, from the ground floor, asking for me to come down so that I can have my dinner. So suddenly I woke up. I forgot about it, and then I went had thing, but then something that I forgot to tell you is actually, even as I was missing Swami before falling asleep, I like this wonderful Kirtana of Tyagaraja. Nagumomu ganaleni najali yavarito moralidu. Okay, which basically means that if I am unable to see your beautiful face, beautiful smiling face, O Lord Rama, what is the use of this life, and how can I express this grief of mine to anybody else? That's how the line goes. The entire song goes like that. And then at one point during the kirtan, the song goes like, maybe the Garuda, the Lord Garuda is unable to, is not listening to your command and bringing you down for me to have your darshan, right? Or maybe he said the distance between earth and Vaikuntham is so far that he is unable to travel. Maybe he is very tired. Okay, oh Lord, Jagamele Paramatma, Yavarito Moralidudu, which means, oh Lord, Lord of the universe, Lord of this world, who else can I pray to? What else can I do other than praying to you? That's how the line goes. And I was actually singing this to myself. I really love this kirtan, and I was singing this to myself, and that's when I fell asleep. Then I got this wonderful, very sweet dream. That's not it. And then I came out and, of course, came back after a few days. After coming back, I completely forgot about this entire incident. And then those days, Swami used to actually call a few boys into the interview room to stack up the dhotis and saris and things like that. That was a wonderful opportunity given to the farm boys. So I was one of those farm boys in those days. And in fact, he called me along with our Sai Surendranath sir that particular day in the morning. The holidays were still on, and so I came well before the college started. So that morning after bhajan, Swami called me in, and Swami told me, okay, you stack up these things, and I was trying to do something there. There were a lot of dhotis and all that in the cupboard, so I took them out and stacked them up, and Swami asked me to count them, so I was counting them. I was there in the interview room, the second room, actually the inner room, and Swami came close to me suddenly. He was walking around, and then suddenly he came very, very close to me and literally whispered in my ears. He said, Jagamele Paramatma is right with you. Why do you need to cry? He said this in Telugu. Jagamele Paramatma neetone unnappudu edavalsina panemundi, which means why do you need to cry when he is right there with you? He just said this and walked away. Very, very casually. But it actually took me a few minutes for me to really understand and realize what had happened. Because I was unable to place it immediately. I took some time to understand what it is all about. And then suddenly I recollected, oh my God, I sang this to myself and I fell asleep. And then I was praying to Swami, crying for him, missing him. And then here is Swami answering that I am the Jagamele Paramatma and you don't need to worry. I am with you all the time. See, it goes to saying that, you may not physically have Bhagavan. Hyderabad, I was sitting there and crying for him. I really did not have Swami in his physical form there, right? Not that he suddenly physically appeared there too, right? He didn't. Okay, I'm grateful to him. He's granted that wonderful dream. But the point that I want to really drive home is that, physically you may not be able to see Swami, but the moment you realize that, he is always with you, again, the awareness is what is most important. You need to be aware that Swami is with you all the time. You need to be aware that Swami is actually watching you, thinking of you as much as you are thinking of him. In other words, he is actually asking you to, think of him more and more. One of these days, in fact, I don't want to name him, but brother who sings bhajans, he's asking me, sir, what really motivates you? What really keeps you going, sir? How is it possible that you are so committed and this and that? In fact, Swami had given this answer one day. It's not about commitment or anything, but Swami himself said, if you think of me, I am thinking of him. In other words, the more you think of me, the more I think of you. That's exactly Swami said. Then this actually happened again in an interview room for 4 of us MBA boys. There was this Shri who's a classmate of mine, Murali who's a classmate of mine, and Purnachandra Rao who's incidentally around, and me, all 4 of us, and we were asking. So Swami was talking like this, and then one of us, I don't remember who it was, but one of us said, Swami, how do we think more and more of you? Swami said, you don't need to really make any special efforts of saying Rama, 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 Rama all the time. Suddenly some other thought or some work comes and then you go off into that and you forget Rama, 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 right? Or if you keep saying Rama, Rama, Rama all the time, who's going to do the work? So Swami actually gave a very, very, very simple answer and very, very, very easy way of actually thinking of him. What he said is, everything that you are doing, okay, first of all you offer it to me, which is of course what even Bhagavad Gita said, Swami in his Krishna Avatara said. But more than that, what Swami said is, while you do it, think that I am there with you, next to you, all the time, physically. Now, if I am there with you as a friend, as a close friend, won't you just tell me what you are doing? So say, Swami, I am sitting, I am talking. Swami, I am saying this. Swami, I am thinking this. Swami, I am actually writing, I am doing this. So keep talking to me. So in the process, what are you doing? One is, you are telling me, which means you are thinking of me. 2, while you are explaining it to me, you are offering it to me. And 3, when you know that you are offering it to me, you will only do good. And you will not even dare doing anything bad or think anything bad. So there are multiple benefits in doing what you are supposed to do. And Swami said, so you just keep talking to me all the time mentally. You are very sure that Swami knows everything about you. So take it for granted that you can't hide anything for Swami. So I am your close friend and nothing more. Your very, very, very close friend. So the moment you consider me a very close friend and I am sitting next to you, you share. Whether it is as simple as sitting and talking and eating, or talking something to somebody else, and you share it with me. Share everything with me, and that's it. That's all you need to do, and nothing else. There is no need of sitting and in front of an altar and then praying to me. No need of doing all that. Well, if you can do it, great. Meditate, great, but not necessary. So such very simple things is what Swami used to teach. And I used to wonder, when Bhagavan used to give interviews to a lot of people, what is it that he's going to tell? I'm sure at their level, Swami would give them the right advice that they require at that point of time. These are the lessons that Swami used to give to the students. At least I have experienced it in many occasions.